Welcome to the Scenario Podcast, your guide to mental health and well-being. Each episode, we uncover practical tools, discuss expert insights, and explore how supplements can transform your mental health journey. Get ready to learn, grow, and thrive with us.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something huge: headaches and migraines. I mean, these aren't just minor annoyances for so many people, right?
Absolutely. They can completely derail your day, your week even. Debilitating is often the right word.
Exactly. And while there are lots of standard treatments, we've been looking at sources pointing towards a more natural approach that seems to be gaining traction.
A supportive approach.
Yeah, and right at the center of it is, surprisingly maybe, magnesium, just the mineral.
It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But there's real science here.
So the big question we're digging into is, could this common supplement actually be a key player in managing, maybe even preventing, these awful episodes?
Well, the reason magnesium is even in the conversation is because it's just so incredibly fundamental to how our bodies work.
Okay.
It's not just, one thing. It's involved in hundreds of biological processes. Think nerve signals, muscle contraction and relaxation, inflammation control, blood pressure, blood flow.
Like a master regulator, then.
In many ways, yes. It's absolutely vital, a real cornerstone of our physiology.
And here's what jumped out at me from the sources right away. A lot of people who get migraines, they often have lower levels of magnesium.
That connection is definitely a recurring theme in the research. Lower magnesium levels seem common in migraine sufferers.
So that begs the question, doesn't it? Is it a cause? A consequence? Both. That's really our mission for this deep dive, to understand that link and how magnesium might actually help.
Yeah, unpacking that relationship.
So if you've ever been searching, maybe desperately searching, for something to help with migraine pain, stick with us. This one's for you.
Definitely.
Okay, let's really get into the why. We've established magnesium is crucial nerves, muscles, blood flow, inflammation, all the big systems.
Precisely. And migraines themselves involve disruptions in exactly those systems. You get abnormal nerve activity, blood vessels doing strange things, constricting, dilating, plus inflammation playing a role. So, because magnesium helps regulate all of that, it helps calm nerves, stabilize blood vessels, keep inflammation in check. You can see how a deficiency might lower your threshold for an attack.
Okay. It's like removing a buffer.
Kinda, yeah. Or like missing a key piece of your body's natural defense system against those migraine triggers. It makes you more vulnerable.
That makes the connection much clearer. If it's doing all this protective work, how does it actually, step in and prevent the headache itself? What's the mechanism?
We'll get into the specifics of how it works, but first, there's something really important for anyone listening who might be thinking about trying this.
Okay.
Not all magnesium supplements are the same. Not even close.
Right. That's crucial. You can't just grab any bottle.
Exactly. It's definitely not a one-size-fits-all thing. The form you take really matters for absorption, for side effects, for everything.
So let's break those down. What are the main types people will see?
Okay, so the most common one you'll hear about for migraines is magnesium oxide. It's the one used in a lot of the studies, partly because it's cheap and easy to find. The typical dose is usually around 400 to 600 milligrams a day.
But there's usually a but.
Well, yeah. The but is that it's not absorbed quite as well as some other forms, and it's kind of notorious for causing digestive issues, mostly diarrhea.
Okay, so that's a big consideration. What else is there?
Then you have magnesium citrate. This one is generally absorbed better, higher bioavailability, they call it.
So your body actually gets more of the magnesium?
Potentially, yes. It can be effective for migraines, but it's also often used as a mild laxative. So that risk of diarrhea or cramping, it's definitely still there, maybe even more so for some people compared to oxide.
Okay. So better absorption, but maybe more digestive risk.
Could be, depends on the person. Now, if you have a sensitive stomach, magnesium glycinate is often recommended.
Glycinate. Why is that one different?
It's chelated, which means the magnesium is attached to glycine, an amino acid. This makes it much, much gentler on the digestive system.
So less likely to cause those stomach issues.
Much less likely, generally. So it's a really good option for long-term use, or just for people who find other forms too harsh.
That sounds like a good all-rounder for sensitivity. Any others?
Yep, there's magnesium chloride, also pretty well absorbed. You find this in pills, but also in topical sprays or bath salts.
Oh, interesting. You can absorb it through the skin.
Apparently so, yeah. Transdermal absorption. It's used for general magnesium levels, too.
Okay. And one more you mentioned.
Right, magnesium sulfate. This is Epsom salts. But crucially, for migraines, this is mainly used intravenously, like in a hospital or ER setting.
So not something you take at home every day for prevention.
Absolutely not. It's for acute, severe attacks, often when other things haven't worked, and always under medical supervision. Very different use case.
That's a really important distinction to make. Okay, so oxides, citrate, glycinate, chloride for general use, sulfate for emergencies.
Pretty much, yeah. Those are the main ones you'll encounter.
Which really highlights the key advice from our sources here. Talk to your doctor before starting anything.
Essential. They can help you figure out which form makes the most sense for you, your tolerance, your health history, and the right dose. It's personal.
Okay, so we know that it seems to help, and we know there are different types. Now let's get into the really fascinating part. How does magnesium actually work inside the body to prevent these attacks?
Right, the mechanisms. It's not just one thing, which is probably why it can be effective.
It's doing multiple jobs.
Seems like it. First, there's pain signal modulation. Magnesium helps block specific receptors in the brain called NMDA receptors.
NMDA. Okay, what do they do?
Think of them like volume controls for pain signals. When they get overactive, which can happen leading up to a migraine, they amplify pain. Magnesium kind of dampens that signal, turns the volume down.
I see, so less pain perception.
Exactly. Then there's vascular regulation. Migraines often involve blood vessels in the head constricting and then dilating erratically.
Right, that throbbing pain.
Yeah. Magnesium helps relax blood vessels and keep their tone more stable. It prevents those sudden, drastic changes that can trigger pain, helps keep blood flow smoother.
Okay, that makes sense. So pain signals and blood vessels. What else?
The third big area is neurotransmitter balance. Magnesium plays a role in regulating brain chemicals like serotonin.
Serotonin is linked to mood, but also migraines, right?
Very much so. And this seems especially relevant for menstrual migraines. Hormonal shifts during a cycle can mess with serotonin and magnesium levels.
So supplementing could help stabilize things during that vulnerable time.
That's the idea. By supporting neurotransmitter balance, particularly when hormones are fluctuating, magnesium might help head off those predictable hormonally linked attacks.
Wow. So it's hitting pain perception, blood vessel stability, and brain chemistry. It really is like a multi-tool.
Yeah, it addresses several different angles known to be involved in migraine development.
Which gives us a much clearer picture of why it might work, rather than just thinking of it as, a general calming mineral.
Exactly. It's targeted biological action.
Okay, the mechanisms make sense.
Oh.
But what about the proof? What does the actual clinical evidence say? Is it solid?
That's always the critical question. And the good news is, yes, there's a decent amount of evidence, especially for certain forms.
Like the magnesium oxide you mentioned.
Yes, particularly oral magnesium supplements, with oxide being the most studied. Multiple studies show that taking it daily again, usually that 400 to 600 milligram range, can reduce how often people get migraines, how long they last, and how severe they are.
Any particular type of migraine it helps more with?
The evidence seems particularly strong for people who experience migraine with aura.
Okay, that's specific and safe at that dose.
Generally considered safe and effective based on that research, yes.
And the IV magnesium.
Intravenous magnesium sulfate again, that's the emergency room tool. Very effective for stopping severe, acute attacks quickly, especially if standard meds aren't working, but strictly under medical care.
Got it. What about that link with women you touched on?
Right, the special benefits for women. The evidence suggests magnesium can be particularly helpful for menstrual migraines.
Because of the hormonal connection.
Exactly. Those hormonal dips can deplete magnesium, increasing migraine risk around that time of the cycle. Supplementing can help counteract that dip, stabilize things, and prevent those attacks.
That feels like a really practical takeaway for a lot of listeners. Anything else from the evidence?
Just that even smaller daily doses might help prevent migraines in people who only get them occasionally or have milder symptoms. Consistency seems key.
So it's not necessarily an all-or-nothing high-dose situation for everyone.
Potentially not, no. Even modest regular intake could make a difference for some.
Okay, this is all really compelling. We know how it works. We know there's evidence. Let's talk practicalities. How should someone actually use it? What about side effects? And can we just eat more kale?
The kale question. Okay, let's break it down. For recommended usage, magnesium oxide at 400-600 milligrams daily with food is the standard starting point for prevention based on the studies.
And patience is key, right? It takes time.
Absolutely crucial. Don't expect miracles overnight. The sources consistently say it can take, maybe 3 to 6 weeks of taking it every day to really see a difference in frequency or severity.
3 to 6 weeks. Okay, good to set expectations. What about the side effects?
The main ones are digestive, diarrhea, stomach cramps, sometimes nausea, usually related to the dose.
So if you get side effects, maybe lower the dose.
That's the first step. Or start lower, maybe 200 milligrams, and slowly work your way up. Taking it with meals helps buffer it.
And choosing a gentler form.
Right. If you know you're sensitive, magnesium glycinate is probably a better bet from the start, less likely to cause trouble.
Okay, very practical tips. Now, the kale or spinach, can we get enough from dietary sources?
It's a fair question. Leafy greens, nuts, seeds like almonds and pumpkin seeds, whole grains, beans, even dark chocolate, they're all good sources of magnesium.
But is it enough for migraine prevention?
Often, no. To get to those therapeutic levels, the 400, 600 milligram range shown effective in studies, you'd have to eat a lot of those foods very consistently.
More than most people realistically do.
Probably, yeah. Modern diets often don't quite get us there. So while diet is foundational, supplements often become necessary to reach those specific preventative doses. Diet helps, supplements target.
That makes sense. Diet is baseline, supplements are for the targeted boost. Okay, let's talk safety and interactions. Always important.
Absolutely critical. First off, pregnancy. Is it safe?
Yeah.
Generally, yes. Magnesium is often considered safe during pregnancy and might even help with common issues like pregnancy headaches or leg cramps.
But always talk to the doctor first.
Always, always. Non-negotiable during pregnancy.
Okay. What about testing? Can you get tested for deficiency?
You can, but here's the catch with testing for magnesium deficiency. Standard blood tests aren't always super accurate.
Why not?
Because most of your body's magnesium isn't actually floating around in your blood. It's stored in your bones, in your cells, your tissues.
Ah, so the blood level might look normal even if the stores are low?
Exactly. So doctors often go by symptoms, like having migraines, rather than relying solely on a blood test result to recommend magnesium.
Interesting insight. Okay, the big one. Medication interactions. Can you take magnesium with other migraine meds?
Generally, yes. It usually plays well with common migraine treatments like triptans, NSAIDs, think ibuprofen, and also many preventative meds like beta blockers or certain antidepressants.
But there are exceptions.
There are. It can interact with some specific drug classes. Certain antibiotics, some diuretics or water pills, and certain heart medications are the main ones to be aware of.
Which brings us back to
talking to your doctor or pharmacist. They need to review everything you're taking to make sure adding magnesium is safe and won't cause any problems. It's crucial.
Absolutely. That conversation is just essential for safety.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so wrapping this up, as we bring this deep dive to a close, the picture seems pretty clear. Magnesium supplements offer this natural, fairly low-risk option.
And scientifically supported.
Right, scientifically supported way to potentially help reduce how often migraines hit and how bad they are when they do. It's tapping into our own biology.
And it's versatile, isn't it? Whether it's frequent migraines, migraines with aura, those tough menstrual migraines, it seems to have a role to play across the board.
Yeah.
Plus, having those different forms, like glycinate for sensitive folks, means there's likely an option that can work for most people. Finding the right fit is key.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? Imagine having fewer of those awful headaches, getting more days back, improving your quality of life. Maybe just by understanding and using a simple natural mineral correctly.
It highlights how sometimes the solutions are linked to the body's fundamental needs.
Yeah, that the answers can sometimes be found right there in our basic biology if we just look closely enough.
And the final piece of advice really boils down to taking action informed by knowledge. Talk to your doctor.
Find the right form, the right dose for you.
Exactly. And then be consistent. With that guidance, this simple mineral really could make a significant difference in managing migraines. It's worth exploring.
Thanks for tuning in to the Scenario Podcast. Don't forget to visit scenario.com for more expert tips, articles, and supplements designed to support your mental health. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and share it with a friend. Until next time, take care of yourself.